This place is my children's childhood. This is the magic of feeling supported and nurtured and loved in a way that makes it safe to ask questions, in a way that allows them to explore. We have one teacher in the middle school who's been here a long time, and there are times she goes home and makes 3 different lesson plans that night based on what the kids were like that day. She knows, like I know with this group of students, this is what's going to reach them and this is what's going to make them fall asleep. And she always adapts to that.
I've been teaching at Hickory Day School since 1999. We have from TK up to 8th grade, and TK is transitional kindergarten, so students start learning Spanish since transitional kindergarten up to the 8th grade. What it makes Hickory Day School a different educational system is that not only the teachers and students are involved, but also the families. I mean, most of our families are very interested in their children's education, and they get involved in it. So it's basically the student learns from every side, and you have the support of the parents, which pushes them to improve in their education.
Hickory Day has made me meet my closest friends, Carolyn and Brock, and I go to high school with them now, and even when we go to college, I know we're still going to be in touch. It's like the relationships that I formed here are the best relationships I formed even with my teachers that teach here. I'm taking college classes right now, and it made me find my own work method and kind of made me find how I am as a student. I found how to become a student for bigger classes, like college classes and harder high school classes.
We used to laugh and say, and I would tell the teachers, push them right to the edge, don't let them fall off, but push them right there, and then make them figure out what they're going to do to be successful. And with that becomes a very, very early buy-in. The children start being eager and proud about, look what I did. Look what I figured out. Look what I made happen. You know, because they have a sense of ownership, whether it's spelling words or writing a good paragraph or whatever it is, that sense of ownership is very important. That's the most important thing about these kids. When you don't know, what are you going to do? Because nobody knows everything. And we don't know about the problems that are going to present themselves in the future. But what do you do when you don't know?
One thing that my children love about being here is that it's taught them to be very open-minded and to think globally. So they are constantly thinking about their place in the world, not just this community, which I think hopefully will benefit this community in the future.
During exhibition is a year-long project where we try to find a community problem, research it, try to find a way to solve it, take action, and present what you have learned at the end of the year. The 6th graders this year have just finished presenting it, which I was in. My group's topic was physical health and exercise. My individual topic was childhood obesity. Bennett's was physical activity, and Quentin's was the effects of physical inactivity.
I know the students that aren't in my grade because we're smaller. We have a lot of times together as a whole group. We have IB teams. We have an afternoon together in the fall and in the spring. We're going to have our IB Olympics soon. And those are cross grade level. So there will be students on that team from TK through 8th grade. And obviously we look to build leadership that way so that they can get to know each other. But my granddaughter is a kindergartner and she knows the students in my room and they know her, which means a lot to the little ones when they come here.
The education, the school, can't really ask for more. At this school, you gotta be a risk taker because you gotta be ready for anything.
With the primary years program of International Baccalaureate is a wonderful way to approach elementary education because students learn from a very, very young age that all the disciplines are tied together, that you're not learning science by itself, that you're not learning social studies by itself, that you're not learning math by itself, but that everything works together and that learning is transdisciplinary. So that's important just for the classroom itself. But then the fact that students have wellness fitness every day, the fact that students have visual art, that they have music, that they have theater, that they have technology, that they have Spanish. By the time they get to middle school, they have Latin.
My parents actually, them and a few other families were, some of the families actually founded Hickory Day, and so I started going there the year that Hickory Day opened, which I think I was in 2nd grade, I believe, and obviously went from 2nd all the way through 8th grade. Going from Hickory Day to Hickory High School, I felt like I was well prepared when I got to high school. Felt like academically I was, ready to rock and roll, and I felt like from an athletic standpoint too, I, had a lot of confidence from playing, sports at Hickory Day, playing basketball, playing soccer, and so naturally that kind of transitioned when I got to high school.
People don't know we're here. We're tucked away in a corner of Hickory, and we're not very big and we're not very noisy, but we've been quietly doing what we do well for a very long time.
It's huge for Hickory to have, a school where parents are comfortable sending their kids, and to have another option. I think that's huge for a lot of parents and for a lot of kids, and in a smaller town like Hickory, I think it's great for the community.
These parents, these grandparents, appreciation of a global education is part of their family heritage. They want the best for their children, and they recognize this as an opportunity for them to cultivate that interest and desire and eagerness to learn at an early age. So their support and how steadfast they have been in their stewardship is just amazing, and it is what has allowed the school to continue to grow.
The fact that Hickory Day School has been in the Hickory community for a quarter of a century is just a milestone that says, this school is doing something right. And it's time to celebrate that sense of educational excellence in the community.